Ya yi ƙoƙari.
Yeah.
In ba na so na kula da
Okay. Good morning, everyone. Um, please, can you hear me? Hello. Can everyone hear me? Okay. Good morning. Sorry for the later. Sorry for the later presence. We've actually been having some network difficulties. I'm so sorry about that. Some technical difficulty with the ISP. So, but it has already been resolved now. I'm so sorry. So once again, I'm very sorry. So no volume. Okay, somebody said that there's no volume. Uh, but I'm not muted. I'm not muted, and can you hear me? Can everyone hear me, please? There is no volume. Okay, maybe it's the network problem. Somebody said, why is there no volume? Can you hear me now? Can everyone hear me now? There is The volume is good over here. I think the person should check his or her device. Okay, please, if you can't hear me, please, if you can't hear me, please kindly check your own end. Kindly check your own device. Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. A lot of people online can actually hear me. Thank you. Once again, I want to really apologize for taking much of your time. For taking much of your time. We will, by the grace of God, try to. I'll make it up. I'll make it up for the lost time. So I was unavoidably absent last week, but I was aware of the topics and the exercises, the activities you've done last week. It's actually in line with what we've started in this particular course. Uh, if you can remember, going back a bit, this particular session, this particular module we are doing, it's on front end development. Front end development. If you can remember, the last two class before the last two class, we talked about front end development, some introductory sessions to front end development, and then we looked at UI UX. Then that was where we stopped. And then last week, when I was unavoidably absent, I knew you did some practical session that regards to with regards to HTML and React, that is in the actual development. So the program actually we like kind of reschedule, not reschedule, redesign the program to be more of practical, because in the software industry, practice is what is the actual thing, not theory. So from the last class, I'm going to from the last class I'm going to brush a little bit from the last class, and then we continue from where we stopped. If you can recall, the last two class we stopped in UI UX, and based on the course content that I said we were going to cover, we are going to cover version control and collaboration, and then frameworks. This was the course outline I showed you the other class. So from this class, we are going to continue from version control. Can everyone, is everyone with me? Is everyone with me? So good. We are going to continue from version control, and then we jump into the actual practical session. So good. So let's look at version control. Let's look at version control. So what exactly is version control and collaboration when you talk of software engineering and software development? What exactly is that? So by definition, version control is a system or tool that helps software developers manage changes. Always keep this in mind. Version control tools, it is a helps software developers to manage changes to source code, right? Just always keep that in mind. It tracks every modification made to files in a repository, allowing developers to access specific versions, collaborate efficiently, and maintain a complete history of the project's evolution. I will explain that bit by bit, and I will show you that practically this session, how that is being done, how it works. All this English I'm reading right now, I will show you exactly what it means practically so that you understand very well. So there are types of version control. So one of the types of version control, we have local version control. It tracks changes on a single computer. Just imagine a software development team. Let's say you are working on a very, very massive software project, or let's say your team is a very, very massive software team, and all of you, maybe some of all of, maybe the all part of the team members are dispersed over a large geographical area. Maybe somebody is in another continent or another country or another state. You people are not the same, but you can still work on the same project. You can still do that, just like we are holding this session right now. We are not together. We are all in different locations, but we are here in the same place doing the same thing at the same time, right? So that is basically it. So that is how the version control is. So the local version control tracks changes on a single computer. Maybe we decide as a team, we are all in one place. Maybe same organization, same office. We are all in one place. Okay, we decide that, okay, let's make this particular system to be maintaining and to be managing and be tracking all our changes. Everything that we do, everything that we do is will be saved on that particular system. So next we have the centralized version control. CSCV stores all files version in a central server. Okay, so basically, what this means, for those of you that have been in the tech industry, or maybe know one or two, have been hearing one or two terminologies in the tech and all that, you understand what a server and the client architecture means. For those of us that are new to that, the server and the client architecture, what it basically means, a server is maybe a very, very big and powerful machine that serves other machines with some resources, with some computer resources, be it storage, you know, be it storage, be it processing power and what have you. It serves other machines with that. So the other machines that receive the resources, or that receive the computer resources from that particular machine, are called clients. So in this architecture, what the version control system, centralized version control system means here is that there will be a particular machine dedicated for that purpose, right? So each and every part of a team member will have his own machine. So every changes, every operations, every activities that is being done on our own personal side, our own computer, will be saved onto that particular machine that is the server. So it manages the developers changes to source codes and all that, so it will be saved to that particular server. So and then next we have the distributed version control system. So this distributed version control system is each user has a complete copy of the repository, allowing for more robust workflow. We will look deeper into that. So basically, what this type of version control system deals is that as a member of a team, all the members of the software team, they have the copy, they have like a copy of the entire project with them. All the entire project, they have a copy of each and every file, each and every source code, each and every, like three of the program files and all that. They all have it. They can make changes to it. Any changes made can be traced, can be managed, can be make reference to and all that. Are you guys with me? Is everyone with me? Is everyone following? Hello, I want to know, is everyone following? Okay, that's great. That's great. So let's continue. Everyone is following. I like that. A lot of people are following. We are going to go into practical method, practical approach. So but let's look at some explanation first before we dive into that. So what is the importance of version control in software development? I'm sure that is what some people will be thinking. Why are we talking about version control? What is version control? So now we understand what version control is. So now let's look at the importance. So the importance of version control in software development, number one is collaboration. Like I mentioned, in a software project, you can have multiple members of the software team spread across geographical location. It is a common practice nowadays. You will see that there will be a software project going on. Some of the developers are in India, some of the developers are in Pakistan, some of those are here in Nigeria, and other. We are spread across geographic location, and we're working towards a single goal to achieve a single goal. So that is the idea of version control. So collaboration, we collaborate, we be in the same page. So every single thing that each and every one member of the team does, every other member of the team sees it. He sees it, he takes note of it. He, so here it says streamline teamwork. So multiple developers can work on the same project without overwriting each other's changes. Yes. So without overriding each other's changes. Let's say two people, me and one other person, we are working on, let's say, the home page of a system, right? So maybe I'm handling the banner, the header, and maybe one other person has just maybe worked on the footer of the page, and some other maybe side navigational design and other. So I will just see that. I'll be like, oh, this guy has done this. Okay, let me just maintain doing my other task in other areas. So you don't have to repeat the same thing over and over again. Maybe you don't have to repeat. Maybe I have done this homepage, and then the next developer didn't know. Maybe he will do the same homepage again. Maybe do some changes. So it overrides that, right? So that is one of the importance of it. Then branching and merging. Teams can create separate branches for new features, bug fixes, or experiments and merge them into a main project when ready. So basically, this means that we can create a branch, just like I just gave a example not long ago. We can just say, okay, we are working on the same thing, maybe a login page, right, of a particular system. Okay, I'll design maybe the form, maybe the username where you enter the username, the password, the button, while maybe the next guy we're working on the same page. Okay, he will just be working on the maybe the other part of the system, maybe that includes maybe the logo design, the better appearance, the logo design, the background, and all that. So like, and then at the same time maybe working on other part of the system like the dashboard and all that. So we can create branches whereby at the end of the day, when we are done doing all that individually, then we can come back and then merge it into a single system. So are you all following me? Yeah, I'm not on the same page with you. Please, can you change the color of your screen to white? I can't see that clearly. Okay. All right. I will do that. Let me try. But okay, I will do that when it comes to. But this one is a PowerPoint, so maybe I don't know whether you like it like this. Is this okay? I'm not sure. I'm not on the same page with you. Honest UJ, are you with us? Is that okay? Is that okay with you? Is this okay with you? All right. So maybe this is white enough for you. The screen is not clear. We didn't do anything with React. Okay, don't worry. Joy, don't worry. We will do something with React today. Don't worry. We will do something with React today. Okay, it's better like this. Okay, David. I get it. It's better that like this. Mutazil, not clear. Uh, okay. No, it's still in dark. Okay, I will change the what is it called? I will change the studio because we are using the visual code. So I'm going to make it into don't worry, I'll make it into when we start the practical, I will change it into the white mode. No, it's still dark. Uh okay. I'm coming. Should be view appearance. Should not be in dark mode. Sorry, let me just I don't know why I like it in dark mode. Uh, mm, mm, how do I appearance theme? Okay, let's say theme color, dark mode. Let's go to Light Visual Studio. All right. Is this okay, please? Please, I can't see what you are doing. Olaiwola, can you see what I'm doing now? Is the screen okay like this? Not clear. It's better like this. It's better like this. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. So both the previous and this. So somebody said the dark mode is more clearer than this. Then how do we do that? Some people are liking the dark mode, some people are liking the dark mode is more clearer than this. The weighting is small, the writing is small. Okay, okay, let me try something again. Preferences, themes, color themes. Uh, the writings are smaller. I don't know, preferences, settings. Font size, let me increase the font size to, should I use 16? Should I use 16? Should I use 16? Is that okay? Okay, please, are you with me? The dark mode is more clearer. Yes, the text is very obscure to see. Then dark mode is better. The text should be bold. A lot of people are saying the dark mode is better. So maybe we should go with the dark mode, right? Maybe we should go with the dark mode. Okay. This is the dark mode. Okay, Aisha Bashir. Okay, please, it will be bold for me. The note is too small. Not not the dark mode is better. Uh, then how do we do this? A lot of people are now saying that the dark mode. Well, let's try increase the size. Think, think the font size control editor font size. Maybe I should use 24. Okay, that's the editor workbench. Uh, let's look at. Okay, I can't find where to increase the size of the entire, but I'm coming. But maybe, okay, let me just zoom. So maybe I will just zoom out. Okay, please, I've zoomed out. Is this okay? So you can just expand the terminal. That's better. Yes. So I will do that. But before we continue, dive into the practical mostly. So let me just continue with the importance of the version control. So version control, okay, one of its importance is that history tracking is a history tracking. So one of the importance is history tracking. It tracks the history of the work you have been doing. So it maintains a detailed log of changes with metadata. Example, who made the changes, when and why. So it helps in audit trails and understanding the evolution of the code's base. So yeah. So another importance, in one of the exercises we are going to do, one of the maybe assignments we'll be giving you. So all this will be asked. So and I'll make the slides available to you. I'll make the slides available to you after the immediately after this class, the sessions, including the previous sessions. I'll make everything available. I'll make everything available to you. So another importance of version control in software development is backup and recovery. It serves as a safeguard against accidental loss of code or data. It enables developers to revert to previous version in case of error or bugs. So this basically means that sometimes you might be working on a software project, and at some point in time you make some changes, you make some alterations to an existing code base, and then you figure out that the function or the feature that you have working perfectly fine, it's no longer working. It's giving you an error. So in that case, you can easily revert back to your previous code. You can revert back to your previous changes, to the previous version. So that is one importance of it. So another is conflict resolution. It identifies and helps in resolving conflicts when multiple developers edit the same code file, like I mentioned earlier. So when changes are being made by different developers on the same file, at some point it might result to conflict because I will do something on the same file, somebody will come and do something on the same file, then there will be an issue. So it helps in resolving that. So when there's this kind of conflict, so this the version control system helps to resolve this issue. So it facilitates experimentation, which means it encourages experimenting new features through branching without disrupting the main code base. So when you want to try something, maybe you're not really sure, or maybe you're not really good, you want to implement a certain function or a certain feature, and then you have no fear because it's just like you have a backup, so you can just go ahead and try it and then see if it works, then fine. If it doesn't work, then you revert back to the previous so and another importance of the version control system, if you're following me, so another importance of the version control system is code quality and reliability, which means it enables code reviews and collaborative problem solving by enhancing overall code quality. It automates testing and deployment pipelines. So the next is it supports continuous integration and continuous deployment. So basically, this simply means it integrates seamlessly with tools to build, test, and deploy codes efficiently. We will see onto that when we come back to the Visual Studio. So we have scalability, supports project of any size. So actually, this version control system, it supports project of any size, no matter the complexity, Domata decides, from solo developers to large team of developers working on a complex system across geographic location. So it supports all that. It supports all that. So the next we have is documentation and global accessibility. So automatically, it documents changes and provide meaningful insight for onboarding and new team members for debugging. And then with this present era in software development, software engineering and software development, it's globally accepted. It's like a global standard for software development for you to have a version control system. Because before you start any project, to be assumed you are going to open a repository for that. You open it in a repository in a version control system. So that's where you start your software project. But adventure at any point in time, you can invite people over to be a contributors, or you can remove people to be part of the software team. So without much ado, I wanted to go through a lot of theory and explanation for you before we go into the practical development, but I've consumed much of your time earlier on. So we quickly move into the development area. But before that, one of the popular version control system we have the Git. The Git is widely used. It's a distribution version control system. I'm sure some of you might have heard of it. I'm sure some of you might have heard of the Git, GitHub. Yes, it's a version control system. It's widely used. I think the most popular, yes, among software developers and software engineers. So we have the SVN Subversion. That one is a centralized version control system. We have Mercurial and we have Perforce, high performance version control system for large projects. Are you all with me? Are you all with me? Okay, okay. So Git. So we are going because of Git has been the most widely used, right? Most popular and all that. So we are going to also work with Git. We are going to look at Git. I'll teach you how to set it up, how to create an account, how to create a repository, how to invite other developers to come on board, how you can also use it for your software development projects all over again. So right now, Git has some features. It is a distributed version control system designed to handle everything from small to very large projects with speed and efficiency. Git was created by Linus Torvalds in 2005. It's now one of the most widely used tools, like I mentioned earlier, for managing source code in software development. Unlike the traditional version control system, Git provides developers with a complete copy of the repository, enabling them to work offline and manage changes locally. So, what that basically means, as a developer, part of a team, you can work locally on your machine, even when you're offline. Even when you're not connected to any network, you can work offline. But adventure, when you get connected, when you are back online, you can then push your changes. It will reflect immediately on the version control system so that other members of the team can see what you've done. So Git is free actually. It's open source and support collaboration in making local team in making it ideal for teams and individuals working on software projects. So quickly, without further ado, let's we are very fast. Oh, sorry, please. I'm so sorry about that. Richard Odoku. Please, somebody help me with WhatsApp link. Okay, please, somebody help me with WhatsApp link. So now let's look at it. So now I'm sure last week you did one or two tasks on Visual Studio Code, right? The VS Code that you used for the HTML and then the React. Some of you say you did not do React. So right now, this is the Visual Studio Code, right? So on this Visual Studio Code, on this side, the extreme left side, you have some you have some menu items. At the top here we have Explorer. This Explorer, right, brings you like basically to like the home page here. For me, I've done so many tasks, like so many projects on the Visual Studio Code. That is why I have this recent. That is why I have this recent here. So you see some of the projects I've done. They are listed here. And then start here we have new file. Up here we have on the start here we have new file. So this new file is when you are creating a brand new file, starting from scratch. You're entering for the first time, you want to open a very new file. And then here we have open file. This open file basically means, okay, you already have an existing file, or maybe you imported another file from somewhere, right? So you want to open it and maybe continue working on it. That is the open file, right? So we have open folder. This open folder also is when maybe, for example, you have an already existing folder. You want to open it and maybe import your work, what you are doing. You can you can do that, right? And then here you have clone git repository. You have clone git repository. Okay, let's say you have an existing git repository and then you want to clone it. Maybe you are recruited as a new member of a team, of a software team. So you are now going to clone that repository to do your part. So this is where you come, clone a remote repository to a local file. Are you all with me, please? Are you all with me, please? All right. Okay. So that's great. So what we are going to do, because of time, I will be a little bit fast and not too low level. But you can ask questions, and we can always have ask question even after the class. At any point in time, there will be support. We are there to I'm there to answer your questions. So because we are and here we have the search. So this search is when you have another file that you are trying to search within the system. And then you have source control. I will come to that. So this source control, I will explain what this means with all the English I've said. That I'll come to that. So what we are going to do now is what we are going to do now is from this from this explorer I'm on this explorer, right? So I have some tabs here that says student pass, outline, and timeline. So I'm working on a project. The project the project the student pass is a student pass project. So here contains my files, right? Here contains my files to the project. So I will show you what is the advantage of Git repository. That's a very good question. That's a very good question. Okay, we only worked on HTML, CSS. I know you worked on HTML. So I thought you also added React, but we will do React. Advantage of Git repository. So let's look at the advantage of Git repository. One of the advantage of Git repository is it enables distributed development and remote collaboration. Are you with me, Ali? Mohammed Ali. So advantage of Git repository is that first of all it enables distributed development and remote collaboration. Secondly, it facilitates robust code management for large and complex projects. Thirdly, it enhances team, team productivity and code quality through effective versioning and collaboration tools. And fourthly, it allows integration with modern DevOps are development operations practices like CI and CD pipelines. So that is the advantages of using Git. I hope that answers your question. Yes, sir. To make use of my terminal. All right. Don't worry. Mm, okay. So let's uh let's continue. Okay. So let's continue on the Git. So now at this particular side of the screen, under here, these are my project files, right? These are my project files, right? So how many of you have Visual Studio? I want you to be following. I want you to be following. How many of you have installed Visual Studio Code, please? If you have Visual Studio Code, you can be trying some things I will be saying and I will be showing you. So when you have any other question, please you can always ask me anytime, even on the forum after the class, any day, anytime after the class. So what we are going to do now, we are going to create a Git repository. After creating a Git repository, we are going to access it from Visual Studio, from VS Code, right? We are going to create a Git repository. After creating the Git repository, then you are going to access it and clone it from VS Studio. Somebody said my question is that I've created my repository. I have to Git clone it. Yes, we will come to that. We will do to that after I've cloned it. Okay. After you clone it, then we will see all the changes. Then you see what you can be doing to reflect your project, what you'll be doing. We can, as a team now, it's a suggestion as we are now. Maybe if you all maybe. Hello, are you with me? Are you all with me? All right. So I'm glad a lot of you have Visual Studio. A lot of you have Visual Studio Code. Okay, please. Some of you are asking for the attendance. The attendance will be sent. The attendance will be sent to the group, WhatsApp group. Please. It will be sent. So now let's create. For those of you, please, that have not create that doesn't have a repository, you can go to github.com. Maybe I can be showing you that. You can go to can go to github.com. Are we on the same page, everyone, please? Please, are we all on the same page? Okay. A GitHub account and repository. And for those of you that have, please, we will come and meet you where you are in terms of do we need to create a future one for it? I don't understand your question. Yes, sir, we have the pages. Okay, we are going to create a GitHub repository. Okay, so if you please, can you see my screen at github.com? Come here, come to the, you see my cursor is, where my mouse is. You see sign up, right? You click on sign up. Are we all on the same page? Can we use our phones? Yes, you can use your phone, but I don't know. You can use your phone to create the GitHub account repository, but for the task we are going to be doing, like the development and all that, you cannot use your phone. No, I can't. I'm not on the same page with you, sir. All right, let me see. All right, I'm coming, please. Let me. Chrome tab, window. Entire screen. We can't see the GitHub tab. You are not responding to. Please, can you see my screen, please? Can you see my screen? We can't see your GitHub. Hello, can you see my GitHub screen? No. Uh, okay, I'm coming. Share screen. Share screen. Window. Okay. Hello, can you see my screen now? Yes, we can see. Sadiq Yusuf said we can see. All right. Is any other person seeing, please? Is every is everyone seeing, please? Okay, this is it. Build and ship software on a single collaborative platform. Are you all seeing this? Are you all seeing this, please? Oh my God. Why are you not seeing? It's only. Why are we not seeing? Why are we not seeing? Sorry, I'm coming. Share screen. I don't want you guys to be seeing my face. Try sharing your entire screen too. That's what I'm doing. Uh, I've done that. Ogoniran, I've been doing that. My entire screen. So can you see? All right. What about now, please? All right. What about now, please? Share your screen. I'm sharing my screen. Tech, Danny. I can't see the screen, sir. What is happening? I'm coming. The camera is so. Oh, present. Okay, can you see the screen now? Okay, can you see the screen now? That's strange. You can't see the screen. Please, if you can see the screen, let me know, please. Okay. Okay. All right. Some people are seeing the screen now. Some people are seeing the screen now. I can see your screen now, but the GitHub page. Yes. So I don't know the GitHub page. Okay. Okay. I'm glad. A lot of people are seeing the screen. A lot of people are seeing the screen now. So I don't know why the GitHub page. I don't know why the GitHub page is not showing, but okay. Modupe, yeah, no, you're the only one that seems not to be seeing the screen now. It's up. Okay, please, without without uh, without delaying much time, so when for those of you, please just go to github.com. If you go to github.com, at the top right corner of the screen, I'm sharing it now, but I don't know whether you are seeing it. I'm sharing it now, but I don't know. Okay, we can. That's great. Okay, so you click on this sign in here. Sorry, sign up. Okay, that's great. That's great. So when you click on sign up, it says sign up to GitHub. So you enter your email address. You enter your email address, your password, right, and then your username, and then your username. So when you do that, you click on continue. So when you click on continue, right, an email will be sent to your no GitHub yet. I'm coming, please. Somebody is saying cannot see the GitHub. I'm coming. Okay, I'm coming. Uh-huh. That's great. So you can see we can see your GitHub login or sign up interface. We literally can't see what you are doing on the VS Code interface. Okay, just continue with voice explanation. Okay, so when you are here, right? So you create an email, you enter your email address here. So for those of you that are seeing it, so let me go back afresh. So this is the github.com. I'm going to run a little bit fast. Please bear with me. Actually supposed to have passed this place, so I'll be a little bit fast so that we will do and then catch up to where we are supposed to be. So you so it will now say, you see here, it says create your free account. GitHub is actually free. It's open source. So you enter your email address here. I've already have about three separate GitHub accounts. So they all exist. So here you enter your email address. You saw here it says the email you have provided is already associated with an account. So I'm sure I cannot re-register this account again. Then you can enter your password. Let it be anything that you cannot forget and you should not forget. You can write it down somewhere. And then after entering your password, then here you can enter your username. It can be anything, anything your username that you choose to be. After entering your username, you can say dev guy, right? Okay. So you can just click continue. So after I click continue, I'm sure they will send you an email for verification. After you verify your account, then you will be able to log in to access that account. So now because I already have an existing account. So let me show you here. I already have an existing account. I should be logged in. So I don't know why it's just continue with the voice share screen. Okay, here this is my GitHub account. Let me quickly. Can you see, please? Please, can you see the GitHub? Yes, we can see it. It's up now. All right. Okay, so here, please, this is my GitHub dashboard. This is my GitHub dashboard. You see up here, it says around this side, it says top repositories. These are the repositories, the project I'm working on. In this side, to create another repository, you see you have new here, right? And then here it says home. It says introduction to GitHub. This is just like an intro dashboard. So there's a lot of things. So let's quickly go to where concerns us at the moment, where it's so important for us. So here it says start a new repository for start a new repository for my username, right? So a repository we can call it anything. We can call it let's say front end dev. We can call this repo front end dev. You can choose to make it private. Private means it cannot be accessible by anyone except you yourself that you created or another person that you invited to have access to it. That is private. It will not be accessible by these two, that by outside these two people. You yourself that you created the repository, and then another person that you invited to have access to that repository. You are the only two that can have access to that repository. So when you make it public, when you make it public, every other person on the internet can have access to that repository, can have access to the repository, and then you can be able to do have access to them, but they cannot make changes to it. Sure, they can only have access to it. So you can just create now. We can say create new repository. So the new repository, this front end dev here, as you can see, the name here has been created, and up here you see code, right? In the up here, the menu bar, you see code. We have issues. So this code, sorry, before I move on, this code is where it will contain your files. For now we do not have anything. That is why it's showing this. That is why it's showing, but when you have files that we created for our project, you see them, the files will be created here. They will show you the files here. So next we have issues, right? And then we have pull request. I will explain each and every. This pull request is, for example, just like the word pull, to pull something closer to you, something like that. So when the project is maybe there's an existing project and there are different developers that have worked on that project, and you really need to get the update from those from the project that is going on, what those other people have done. So when you pull a request, that's when you get it. So we have actions, right? We have project wiki, security, insight, and settings. Insights and settings. So down here at the settings, you can decide to make a lot of settings to your project that you want. You can decide to make a lot of settings to your project that you want. For here access, we have a subcategory here, and you have access. You can decide to grant access, who access to the person to have access to your project. Basically what it means is that you can invite people. You say you haven't invite any collaborators, so you can invite people onto your project to be part of it. So you can now here, you can just say add people. So you can just search by username, by full name, or by email address. We can just maybe say David. I think I have David we have David among us, right? So we can decide to say David. So you see a lot of David appear. So you now choose which of the David that you want to make part of the contributors for this project. You can decide this David, or maybe you can decide with an email address. You can say Tech01 developer at Yahoo. So yes, you can invite this person. by email address. You can invite this person, and you can do a lot of things. So that. So that is that for now. Is everyone with is everyone following us, please? Is everyone following us, please? All right. Okay, that's great. So that is for the GitHub. So you manage your project here. So what we will do now, this you see this what is it called? We created this GitHub repo as front end dev, right? So we are going to from VS Code, I'm going to create files, and then I'm going to link this repository from here to VS Code, from here and the VS Code, and then we have access to it. We play around with it. So uh, as I'm looking at time, actually, I know I've consumed some of your time, but let me quickly try and do something for you to show you some examples. So let's quickly go back to VS Code and show you something. Is everyone seeing my VS Code? Is everyone seeing the VS Code? All right. So if you are seeing my VS Code, right? So now, like I mentioned earlier, I'm in this file that said student pass. So this, if you remember, this course is a front end development, right? So what we are doing is front end development. So this particular this particular repo I'm in now, I'll show you how to access this repo. So you just come here, right? Clone GitHub repo from your main, what is it called? From your from the home screen, you can click here, clone GitHub repository. Then you say, then this will appear at the top of your screen. You now click on clone GitHub, clone from GitHub. If you click clone from GitHub, you see this, the first one here is the one we just created, right? Front end dev is the first is the first repo I created right now. Is the repo I created right now. So you can just click on it. If you click on it, and then when you click on it, right here, it will show you the files. But I've not clicked on it. I'm still on the previously selected, because I want to show you some examples from the existing files. So right now I want to show you some examples. So here are the files. This is a front end project. So, and I'm using React, right? I will show you React basics. I will send you some materials. Part of the materials I will show you. There's a tutorial, a step-by-step tutorial on how you can do all these things. So I will give you an assignment, and the material I will send you will put you through every single thing. So I have a file here that says screen, and then it says ideasform.js, right? Oh my god. I've made I've made the, what is it called? I've made the fonts so big as requested earlier on. So let me try and then make it a little bit. It was from earlier. I think it was around 14, right? Okay. I think 14 is good enough. Are you all with me, please? So please don't worry about the time. We have to learn how to push the codes to repo. Yes, exactly. Is it advisable to make your public? No, it depends. It depends, actually. If you want to make personally, I personally make my project private, right? Because maybe depending on how sensitive your project is, what you are working on, and all that, it's good to make it private, and then invite people, those specific people that you really want to work on it, to come on board, to come on board. So, but if you want to make it private, sorry, if you want to make it public, it's your choice. Maybe you are designing something that you really want the public to, you are doing something for the public, and you don't mind about securing your project, your idea, and all that, so you can make it private. But advisably, you should make it private. Advisably, you should make it private. So do I answer that question? 14 is too small. It's good enough. Somebody say it's good enough. Okay, 14 is okay. 14 is too small. Gabriel said 14 is too small. How can I access my Git to have VS Code terminal? I didn't get how you do it. Okay, from your VS Code, right? From your VS Code up here, can you see the screen? Can you see the screen from up here? From up here, you click these three dots. So you see go, run, terminal, right? And then you come here, new terminal. So when you click on this new terminal, when you click on this new terminal, it opens. It opens the terminal for you like this. So it opens the new terminal for you like this. So from this, but from this you should be able to do other operations. I want to apologize to you. I want to apologize to you all. Uh, I will send the materials. I will send you the materials on the platform, right? I will do that. I will surely do that, and I will send you some tasks. And I'm also be available to answer every other question any day, anytime. Do not hesitate, please. Do not hesitate anytime. I want to apologize. Sorry for coming up late for this. It was as a result of some ISP challenge that we got challenged with with my ISP, all that. So, but I want another session is starting by 11. So another session is starting by 11. So, and I'm being told that it's already time to start getting ready for that session. It's already time to start that session. So what will happen is that maybe later on when I send the materials to you, maybe we can continue engaging. We can continue engaging on the platform. If there's any other question, please. I want to apologize once again for any inconvenience that might have caused the delay that might have caused you. I'm so sorry about that. I'm so sorry about that. So please, we can always on you can always on the platform we can engage. Maybe later on, maybe if you can join the next session, please. If you don't mind, please, you can join the next session by that will be starting by 11. Okay, please. The attendance will be sent. Attendance will be sent. Let me make sure the attendance is sent. All right. I'm making sure the attendance will be sent to you. Will be sent to the platform. All right. Please, once again, I'm very sorry. So I will create a platform. I will communicate with you. I will communicate with you. So I will send you all the details and the practical details session. Everything we'll be doing. So one thing with the code, please. Yes, Fatima Madu. Yes, please. I will make the codes. We need the materials. Yes, I will surely, Oguniran, I will surely make the materials available this today by the grace of God. I will make all the materials available. You can go through them on your own. You can practice. Yes, Emmanuel, Idoto, please. I will send the Emanuela. Please, I will send the materials. I will send the materials. Surely today, before the end of today, I will send all the materials, all the tasks, everything that is involved in the practical session. So before next class, we keep in touch, and then we will see the progress we you will see the progress we will do by the grace of God. So I will do that. Once again, I apologize. I'm sorry, and then I will have to go now and then start on the next session. Thank you very much. Thank you for your understanding. Thank you for your patience. Thank you. God bless you all.